Hello everyone, class 9. In today's video, I'm going to explain chapter 3 Poverty as a Challenge, and the topic is anti-poverty measures. Already I have discussed with you the causes of poverty, and now we have come to the end of the chapter and topic anti-poverty measures. So what I am going to discuss here, that is very important for you all to understand, that why anti-poverty measures and what is the strategy of government to help the countries or the people living in the country in raising their standard of living and making them able to become self independent. So, the current anti poverty strategy of the government is based on two things. One is promotion of economic growth, and other one is targeted anti poverty programs. So, what we have seen that over the period of last 30-35 years, there were little per capita income growth. In early 80s, there were very little per capita income growth and not much reduction in poverty happened in our country. And officially, it was estimated that 45% of the people in the early 1950s, they remained the same even in the early 80s, means the percentage of people living below poverty line, it was 45% in 1950s. Until early 80s, the percentage remained the same. And since the 80s, India's economic growth has been one of the fastest in the world due to the strategic plan or the programs which government started to help the poor people, to uplift them and to develop the country and increase the economic growth. So the growth rate jumped from 1985, the growth rate of India jumped from the average of 3.5% a year in 1970s to about 6% during the 1980s and 1990s. Means the growth rate, which was only 3.5% till early 80s, it jumped up or it went up to more than 6% during late 80s and 1990s. The higher growth rates have helped in reducing the poverty in the country. Therefore, it is becoming clear that there is a strong link between economic growth and poverty reduction. It means whatever government did to make the economic growth of the country, to increase the economic growth of the country, it directly helped the country to remove or to reduce the poverty ratio or people living below the poverty line. So, economic growth, because it widens opportunities, it provides better or greater opportunities to the people living in the country, especially those who were unable to live or get a proper livelihood and fulfill their daily needs. So, due to economic growth, which increased in late 1980s and 1990s, it gave too many opportunities and provided resources also, which is which was essential to be invested in human development. And this also encourages people to spend on their child education, on their children education. And even the girl child also were started going were sent to school in the hope of getting better economic returns, in the hope of that their life will also, their future will also become brighter, and the family will get better return when they will invest in education of their girl child also. So the poor may not be able, however, to take direct advantage from the opportunities created by the government. So poor may not be directly helped by the economic growth. But in the agriculture sector, what we see that indirectly it has helped the people in improving their life state, standard of living. But what we see that in agriculture sector, there is still poverty, or a large number of people, those who depend on agriculture for their people, their situations or their per capita income has not increased too much, and they are still struggling and unable to provide education and fulfill all the other needs. So, in these circumstances, it was felt that there is a need for targeted anti poverty programs. So, promotion of economic growth means overall economic growth could not take place until the every sector or every people of the country or every region of the country should be made developed. That is why government tried or decided to have targeted anti poverty programs, to target the weaker section, to target the remote areas and the backward areas where majority of the people were poor. So there are so many schemes which government started to affect the poverty or to reduce the poverty and make the people's life better. And some of them are worth mentioning. One is called, and that is Narega, which started in 2005, and later on it was renamed as Manrega, Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act. And this act provided 100 days assured employment every year to every rural household in 200 districts, at least one person from every rural household. And the scheme started in 200 districts, but later on the scheme extended to more than 600 districts, and one third of the under this scheme, one third of the jobs remained fixed or reserved for women. The central government also established national employment guarantee funds. So there are so many programs which government started to target the poor people living in backward areas, remote areas, or in villages, and unable to fulfill their basic needs or struggling for their living. So, one more program which is worth mentioning is National Food for Work program, which started in the year 2004 in 150 most backward districts of the country. The program is open to all the rural poor who are in need of wage employment and desire to do manual unskilled work. It is implemented as a 100% centrally sponsored scheme, and food grains are provided free of cost under this National Food for Work program. And once the Narega came into force, the NFWP, National Food for Work program, has been subsumed and merged with this program. Then next program was Prime Minister Rozgar Yojana, PMRY, which was the scheme started in 1993, and the aim of the program is to create self-employment opportunities for educated unemployed youth in rural areas and small towns. I'm not able to show me my video because my mobile has some problem. I'm unable to change the pages also. That is why I have focused on a page and trying to explain various programs which has been mentioned or explained in your chapter 3, poverty as a challenge. So anti poverty measures are that I am explaining before you. So third program, Prime Minister Rozgar Yojana, started in 1993, and the aim of the program is to educate unemployed youth in rural areas and small towns. And these youths were helped in setting up small business and industries. Then Fourth program that I am mentioning here is REGP, Rural Employment Generation Program, and all programs are given in the chapter, so you must go through the chapter and read it properly. Okay, so now I am